This weekend, men's hockey goes to Splitsville with North Dakota. Women's hockey finishes their season with losses to Minnesota. Men's basketball finishes their season as they fall to Winona State. But 6 wrestlers from this room aren't quite finished yet. Details coming up in sports. North Dakota was just 1 win away from an NCHC regular season title entering Saturday night, but it was up to the Huskies to keep their conference title hopes alive. Unlike Friday night, Saturday started out on a negative note for the Huskies as North Dakota's Rocco Grimaldi was able to put UND on the board early with a breakaway shorthanded goal. About a minute and a half following that goal, Bennick lights the lamp off a nice pass from Kosala, all tied up. After lots of grinding, hard play as well at both ends of the ice, senior Corey Thorson scored on a beautiful goal to put the Huskies ahead by 1 entering the final frame. Ryan Farragher was spectacular in the cage for the Huskies as he made 33 saves on the night. Farragher was the leading factor to the 3-1 Husky victory on Saturday night. Next weekend, the Huskies will take on Colorado College out west. With the win on Saturday night, St. Cloud State clinched a first-round home playoff game in the first round of the NCHC playoffs. After a rough season thus far, St. Cloud State women's hockey was looking to play spoiler as they faced off against arch-rival Minnesota at Mariucci Arena in Minneapolis in the first round of the WCHA playoffs. The best-of-3 series opened up Friday with the Huskies and Gophers skating to a scoreless first period, but once the Zambonis' job was done, the Gophers started to heat up. Just 25 seconds into the second period, the Gophers got on the board as Marianne Menifee scored the first of 3 goals for Minnesota. The following 2 were both power play goals scored by Megan Lawrence and Katie Schipper late in the second period. The Gophers skated to a 4-1 victory over the Huskies and left the Huskies season on the brink going into Saturday. Saturday, St. Cloud had an opportunity to extend the first round series with Minnesota to a third and deciding game, but Minnesota's power play was devastating for the Huskies. Minnesota's Kelly Terry and Megan Lawrence got the scoring started for the Gophers with the woman advantage. The Huskies were outmatched by the number 1 ranked Gophers all night as the Gophers jumped out to a 5-0 lead before SCSU's Julia Gilbert was able to get the first goal of the game for the Huskies late in the second period. Gilbert's goal ended up being the final goal of the season for Husky women's hockey as the Gophers scored 3 more goals on their way to a 7-1 victory over St. Cloud State. After a couple of memorable final home games for Kevin Schlegel and the St. Cloud State men's basketball team, the Huskies hit the road for an NSIC conference tournament at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Most of Sunday's games versus Winona State was a double-digit lead for the Warriors as SCSU struggled shooting as they shot only 32% from the floor and 26% from behind the three-point arc. With the Husky season hanging in the balance with 4 minutes to go, the Huskies turned up the heat and pulled the game to as little as a 4-point lead. But missed shots from outside resulted in the Huskies falling 78-70 to Winona State on Sunday. The Huskies finished 20-8 overall in Kevin Schlegel's last season on the bench for Husky men's basketball. We'll sure miss him. One of the most successful programs over the past decade at St. Cloud State has been the wrestling program. And with 6 Huskies representing SCSU in the upcoming NCAA Finals, that tradition is set to continue. Tanner Johnshoy, Jay Hildreth, Clint Poster, Gabe Fogarty, Clayton Jennison, and heavyweight Austin Gorgon were all able to advance to the upcoming national tournament. Although many individuals advanced, head coach Steve Costanzo still believes this is a major team effort.
For me, that's a bright spot. You know, obviously we had some individuals not make it, but we had 17 teams in that region. You know, a lot of top 10 teams, handful of top 10 teams in the country. And we're the only team with 10 guys left that are still, you know, scoring points. Really said a lot about the character of our team and our program. And you know, we had some guys go down and, you know, things didn't go their way and so forth. But then we had some guys that just wrestled out of their minds.
This weekend marked the end of the indoor track and field season for the St. Cloud State track and field team, and they showed up in a big way. Javante Suber and George Kalawalu both won individual titles in their respective events. Leon Chenion brought home a third-place finish in the 60-meter dash as he bolted across the finish line with a time of 6.9 seconds. In the field events, Ryan Johnson placed second in the weight throw, and Keyshawn Davis came home in second after jumping over 47 feet in the triple jump. Whew! Lastly, baseball won in a big Saturday game, a combined score of 25-6. Guys, big sports weekend.
I can say so, man, and thank you for delivering it to us.
No problem.
No problem.
Thank
Thank you, Ted.